Nickeil was a tough defensive outing, right? You guys gave up 130 points. What do you feel like, was so difficult in guarding them tonight?
I think our rotations were a little step slow. So in the third quarter when they were hitting a lot of those threes, it was just our rotations not really being on time. We'd walk through it and shoot around. I think for us, that hurt because we were at a point in time where we were really scoring the ball. So if we could have just gotten stops and stretched that lead out just a little bit more, that would have gave us some cushion for what was to come in the fourth.
In that small lineup, I mean, your offense was kind of clicking. Do you think that's something that you'll be able to replicate, just taking advantage of the post-ups and then kind of kicking it out, like catch and shoot was great for you tonight?
100%. I trust Nas, trust Ant. They're going to play hard, and they're going to do their best to make the right plays. Everyone's been stepping up. TJ, Rob, young guys, Jalen, hope he's all right. Jaden's been hooping. Everyone's been making the right plays off the catch when the ball comes to them. Everyone just needs to continue to do the right thing. Watching film, for me, is how can I help the team? How can I be in the right positions and make that sacrificial cut if I need to, and so forth. Whatever's just going to get us to gel offensively.
I think you walk out of a game like this, you guys are a lot shorthanded, but hanging in with a team that's been great all season long, just in terms of how do you look at where you guys stand going toe-to-toe with these guys the way that you have?
Kind of like I mentioned earlier, everyone's been ready.
Mm-hmm.
Next man up mentality, you kind of seen it last year. It's kind of flowing into this year as well. Everyone's stepping up and being prepared for when their name's called. And we're all having fun together. You can see it. The ball's moving. Ant's being a force. He's forcing the rest to make calls. He's getting downhill, but also he's forcing teams to put two on him. Nas is forcing teams to put two on him, and we have guys making plays on the back end.
Nickeil, pitches phase of you always has something to do with consistency. What do you think has made you so much more of a consistent player?
Lifestyle change, 100% a lifestyle change, mentality change, understanding life, having peace of mind. I recently started setting myself values that I want to live by and the type of man I want to be, especially for my son. And so I think that's a main reason why I am who I am right now.
Nickeil, they put a lot of pressure on you guys in terms of fouling or not fouling. Like, how do you kind of play defense but not get wrapped up in how the game is getting called?
Like I said earlier, rotations, being on time, understanding the scheme, what teams want to do, making a read, staying locked in, no matter the ups and the downs, the waves, the highs, the lows, just being prepared to guard. They're a really good team, and we've seen what they've been able to do this entire season consistently. And so for us to have success in that second quarter, it was monumental to continue that. Like the stops that we were getting, we were on time, we were forcing them to take tough shots, we gained rebound, and then we got out and ran. I think in the third, we shied away from that just a little bit, and that's what led to a 42-point quarter for them.
Nickeil, earlier, like in your career here, you were often be like the guy on the ball. It just seems like you guys have a depth of perimeter defenders right now. So sometimes they're on, sometimes they're off. What is it? I mean, obviously it's valuable to have all these perimeter defenders, but how are you feeling that depth of perimeter guys with TJ and JC and all that?
I'm comfortable. I trust them, and the best part about it is knowing when teams want to send up, they can't. Now, who are you going to send up? And that's something that we can use to our advantage because we have guys who are physical, guys with length, and guys who defend in different ways. Jaden, we've seen what he's been able to do since he's been here, and that's why they call him seatbelt. TJ is slowly starting to show. We've seen what Jalen has done in the very few opportunities that he's had. Ant is arguably the NBA's best two-way player. So I think for us, it's helpful, and we have to continue to use that to our advantage.
With some of the successes that you found, whether it be offensively or defensively throughout this game, right, there were times where you were doing what you were supposed to do. How much confidence does that give you going into this game as a back-to-back and get to play them again?
Just what you said. Back-to-back, get to play them again, another opportunity. As a competitor, you want that. You're going to want to go at guys. And watching the film on the plane, I'm going to see where I could have been better. and then I'm going to have an opportunity tomorrow to apply that. It's the beauty of the NBA. Basketball is like all we do. So for me, I get a chance to right my wrongs in a sense and be prepared to get a win for tomorrow.
Nickeil, maybe in the terms of the work you guys did on Shai Alexander, like he was pretty much contained, and then like he was able to bring them the oxygen they kind of needed in the fourth. Can you talk about that change maybe?
It's been who he is all season. I think when I told Jaden, like, early first quarter, I said, yo, we need 4 quarters possession by possession when it comes to him. Knowing him so well, knowing his mentality, I know he couldn't wait to sub in to do what he did. And it's how do we get the ball out of his hands? How do we show bodies? How do we rotate on time and so forth?
I just hit him maybe.